Apparently at training camp, Anthony Richardson right now starting to hit a stride, starting to look pretty good. I'm going to provide the context in a second, but I asked this question that's going to be the conversation. We haven't talked about this. What would it take for Anthony Richardson to get another chance next year? What would it take for him? This is how he's been doing, though, at training camp. I want you to think on that. Richardson, apparently, per Mike Chappell of CBS 4 Indy, noted that Richardson completed all 6 of his pass attempts yesterday in team sessions, while Daniel Jones completed 3 of 4. Dominic Miranda of WTHR also added that Richardson looked very confident, comfortable, and accurate, which I think that's pretty notable. I know that anyone can roll their eyes at like, oh, what the hell does that even mean? That man has been in every clip, and you even brought this up during OTAs when he was rifling 10-yard passes to receivers as hard as he could. He has always looked really uncomfortable, really awkward, just one of those guys you watch throw the football and it's anxiety inducing. It's like, man, like, can you please just figure it out? That does not look natural, but you're supposed to be this really big natural athlete that's just so much better and gifted than everybody. And he's been in his own head, has been the driving force for all this. Hearing that he's confident and comfortable, I think is a nice, fresh breath of air. But to return to the question that I just asked of you, what would it take for him to get the shot to continue to start next season, for us to just kind of pull back and go, all right, Anthony, you're good. Almost Bryce Young-ish.
I would need to see 5 complete full games from Anthony Richardson.
That's it?
5 real games where top to bottom, Anthony Richardson's in control. Top to bottom, he's throwing touchdowns. He's using his legs. He's not making a ton of mistakes. I'm not asking for 5 perfect games. I want 5 full games. You win most of them. You win if he puts 5 games that look good, that look like he could be the future. I don't think many people care about the other 12. They should. We should hold Indy to a high standard, but it would be unfair to Anthony Richardson if we had set the expectations for him like he wasn't still a project and like he wasn't drafted as a project. So this year, I think last year I saw 1 full game of him. I think I saw 1, maybe 2. I want to see 5 real deal games from Anthony Richardson that can spark debate, that can spark, is this guy the future? Is this really the guy? And then we could roll on to next year, and he could be. He needs to buy himself next year, though. 5 games where it's deep ball, stuff that other players can't do that he can do. You highlight that, you get another year, in my opinion, for him.
I think that I'm looking at a completely different lens. I don't think that they need to make the playoffs. I think that they just need to be knocking on the door. I think if they're one of the first teams, as long as they're one of the first teams out, and he doesn't sustain more than a 1-game, the stretch is not the right way to frame it. As long as he doesn't have like a multi-game stretch where he's not playing. Like if he misses a game, it's going to happen. He's been banged up. He's a very physical, big player. It's just inevitable that there's probably going to be a spot where he doesn't start. But I think if they're banging on the door and they're like one of those teams that goes 8-9 and just misses it, and their offense is phenomenal and everything is just kind of flowing, but there's going to be lows. It's kind of like, I know that when Jordan Love's first year starting, they made the playoffs and everything was pretty exciting. I don't think he needs to replicate what Jordan Love did his first year, but that season didn't go without a hitch. Like that wasn't like a super duper smooth season, but everybody still talks about how exciting and dynamic Jordan Love is because he is. He's extremely dynamic, and you kind of see the potential where let's just keep giving him more opportunities, and then eventually it's going to work. He was 9-8 in his first year, but he still threw for 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. I would think that if, let's say Anthony Richardson starts 15 games and he goes over 3,500 yards and over 25 touchdowns, I think would be enough for me. No, enough for me to feel like, all right, you know what? He's a young guy that's finally getting a grip.
I just got to see the touchdowns. I need to see him limit turnovers. He's going to turn the ball over, and he's going to do it in brutal ways, and I'm ready for it. I'm not going to be shocked by the Anthony Richardson turnover festival if it happens. What I want to see is the bounce back from it. What I want to see is the short memory to go back out there after a brutal turnover that everyone in the NFL has had. Get over it. Go out there and go beast mode again. Put the team on your back. Hand the ball off a couple times. Convert the third down. Now you got a little momentum. Hand the ball off again. Deep shot. Convert another third down. And march back. Fight back. No taking myself out of games. I know it was a one-time thing, but that's lasting with people. He has to be a Superman this year. He has to be a guy that you couldn't pull out of the game with the rope around his leg. You couldn't pull him off the field is what I need to see from Anthony Richardson.